How can I use the law of attraction to become more successful? Well, let me tell you this right now. If you're hearing these words, it's not an accident. This is your moment. Not next week. Not when you feel ready. Right now. Because after more than 30 years running businesses, investing, and watching thousands of people either climb the mountain or tumble down into regret, I've realized one brutal truth. Mindset isn't just a piece of success, it is success. And the law of attraction? It's not some fairy dust fantasy. It's a real tool, one you can either master or ignore at your own risk. Look, when people hear about the law of attraction, they often roll their eyes. They think it's just sitting on the couch and manifesting a Ferrari into their driveway. Trust me, I used to laugh at it too. But then I started noticing something. The people who succeeded at the highest levels, the ones who actually built real wealth, not Instagram wealth, had one thing in common. They relentlessly trained their minds to focus on what they wanted, not on what they feared. That's the law of attraction in action. Not magic. Not wishful thinking. Discipline of thought. Precision of energy. In fact, a study by the University of Scranton found that 92% of people who set New Year's goals never actually achieve them. 92%. Why? Because most people are experts at focusing on problems, not solutions. Experts at doubting themselves instead of betting on themselves. Experts at imagining everything that could go wrong instead of what could go right. You can't attract success if your mind is a magnet for fear, doubt, and self-sabotage. It's like trying to tune into a radio station while blasting static. You'll never hear the music clearly. You have to tune your mind like a laser to the frequency of what you want. Let me give you a real-world example. Jim Carrey, the famous actor, wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered before he ever became a superstar. He dated that check for 5 years in the future. He kept it in his wallet. He looked at it every day. And guess what? Almost exactly 5 years later, he signed a movie deal worth $10 million for Dumb and Dumber. Now, did Jim Carrey sit on the couch and only dream? No. He worked like a maniac. But the vision, the certainty, that the $10 million was coming gave him the energy to keep grinding when the world told him no. That's the law of attraction the way it actually works. It's belief fueling action. It's focus beating fear. Without that deep emotional commitment to his goal, he would have given up long before the world saw his talent. And that's where most people lose. They want proof before they believe. But life doesn't work like that. Belief comes first. Results come second. Just look at the data. According to a survey from LinkedIn, 80% of professionals believe that having a positive mindset is critical to career success. 80%. Not technical skills. Not degrees. Mindset. And what is the law of attraction if not the ultimate form of mindset training? It's deliberately choosing what thoughts you allow to rent space in your brain. It's evicting the "what if it doesn't work" voices and inviting the "how can I make it work" voices. It's understanding that your outer world mirrors your inner world. If you feel defeated inside, you will create defeat outside. If you feel empowered inside, you will create momentum outside. Period. No exceptions. You know, when I was starting my first company, I was broke. Flat broke. I had a used car with more rust than paint. I was sleeping in a studio apartment so small, I could reach the fridge from my bed. But every morning, before touching my phone, before answering emails, I would close my eyes and spend 5 minutes seeing the life I wanted. I didn't just think about it. I felt it. I smelled the leather seats of the car I wanted. I heard the hum of the office buzzing with energy. I saw the bank account numbers growing. I tuned myself to that reality like my life depended on it, because it did. And slowly, almost invisibly at first, things started shifting. I met the right mentors. I landed the right clients. I saw opportunities where before there was only fear. It wasn't coincidence. It was the law of attraction aligning my internal world with external results. But here's the part nobody tells you: the law of attraction is brutally fair. It doesn't give you what you wish for. It gives you what you are in alignment with. If you walk around saying, "I'm so unlucky. Nothing ever works for me," congratulations, you just placed your order with the universe for more bad luck. If you walk around saying, "I don't know how yet, but somehow, some way, I'm going to win," you placed your order for breakthrough. And let me tell you, the universe is an incredibly efficient delivery system. The question is, what are you asking for, consciously or unconsciously? Right now, I want you to think about your thoughts like little construction workers building your future. Every negative thought is a worker stacking bricks toward disappointment. Every empowering thought is a worker stacking bricks toward success. Which building are you constructing, moment by moment, day by day? You have way more power than you've been taught to believe. You're not a victim of circumstances. You're a creator of circumstances. That's the secret nobody teaches in school, and that's why the 1% thinks differently from the 99%. They know that wealth, success, opportunity, they're not random. They're built from within first. So if you're serious about using the law of attraction to become more successful, you can't just dip your toe in the water. You have to dive in head first. You have to flood your mind with the vision of your success until it's more real to you than your current reality. You have to feed your dreams and starve your doubts. You have to stop asking for permission to think bigger and start commanding your brain to see bigger. And every time fear pops up, and it will, you meet it with even stronger belief. You don't argue with it. You don't negotiate with it. You bulldoze over it with certainty. This channel shares free knowledge about how to become wealthy, become an entrepreneur, become an investor, and achieve financial freedom. If you don't want to miss out, make sure to follow the channel, hit the notification bell, and share this video wide and far. Now, let's talk tactics. Because belief without action is just daydreaming. The law of attraction is like setting a GPS destination in your mind, but you still have to drive the damn car. Sitting in the driveway chanting affirmations won't move you an inch unless you put the pedal down. So how do we actually use this? First step, absolute clarity. You can't attract something you're vague about. I want to be rich is a wish. I want to own 3 apartment buildings in Miami, each cash flowing $5,000 a month within 5 years, is a vision. Get specific. Write it down. Stare at it every morning like it owes you money. Second step, emotional fuel. Logic doesn't move mountains, emotion does. If your goal doesn't make your heart beat faster when you think about it, it's not strong enough to survive the storms. You have to feel it in your gut. You have to want it bad enough to be uncomfortable now so you can have the life you want later. Neuroscientists have shown that emotional intensity wires the brain faster than dry logic. That's why Olympic athletes visualize winning every day. Not just standing on the podium, they see it, they feel the medal around their neck, they hear the anthem playing. They emotionally program success into their nervous system. Third step, relentless action with ruthless faith. You work your plan like a machine. You knock on doors, even when they slam shut in your face. You make the calls, even when your hands are shaking. You launch the product, even when you're terrified nobody will buy it. You move your feet, because movement creates momentum, and momentum is magnetic. When you move toward your goal moves toward you. Don't believe me? Let's go to the data. A Carnegie Mellon study found that people who wrote down their goals and actively committed to them had a 76% success rate compared to 43% for those who didn't. That's almost double the success rate, just from focusing and acting intentionally. Writing it down. Acting on it. Trusting it's coming. That's not magic, that's psychology and statistics working hand in hand. I'll give you another real example. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She started with $5,000 in savings and an idea everybody laughed at, shapewear. She faced rejection after rejection from manufacturers, investors, even potential customers. But she believed so fiercely in her vision that she would literally drive to stores herself and convince managers to carry her products. Today, she's a billionaire. And she credits her success largely to mindset, the unshakable certainty that what she wanted was already hers, even before anyone else could see it. That's law of attraction mastery in the real world. It's not waiting for permission. It's acting like you've already won and letting the world catch up. You have to act like it's inevitable, not optional. You have to move like a freight train, not a paper airplane tossed in the wind of other people's opinions. And every time doubt whispers, "But what if it doesn't work?" you answer louder, "But what if it does?" That's the real war, not outside you, but inside you. The world doesn't have to believe in you first. You do. The law of attraction isn't sitting around hoping. It's declaring, deciding, and doing, until reality bends. It's setting an intention so strong that life itself rearranges in response. It's understanding that everything you want is already out there, waiting for you to become the person capable of receiving it. But here's the kicker: the law of attraction only responds to who you are being, not what you are pretending. You can't fake it to the universe. If you're vibrating scarcity and fear while saying affirmations about abundance, you're lying to yourself, and the results will show. You have to actually feel rich before you have riches. Feel powerful before you have power. Feel successful before you see success. Think of it like tuning a radio. If you're on the wrong frequency, it doesn't matter how bad you want to hear your favorite song, it'll just be static. But when you tune right, the song was there all along. You just had to match the frequency. Success, money, freedom, they're like radio stations. They're broadcasting 24/7. You just have to tune yourself to the right channel. That's where most people mess up. They stare at their empty bank account and say, "How can I feel rich? Look at this." But the key is feeling first, evidence second. Faith is seeing it before it's visible. Every successful entrepreneur, investor, creator I know mastered this at some level. They didn't need the world's approval to feel worthy. They didn't need the scoreboard to act like champions. They were champions first in mindset, and then reality followed like a loyal dog. And if you don't control your mind, trust me, the world will. The news, the economy, the naysayers, the old programming, they will gladly rent space in your head if you let them. And their rent payment? Fear. Doubt. Mediocrity. You have to evict that noise and raise the rent so high that only greatness can afford to live in your mind. I'm telling you right now, your success is not an accident waiting to happen. It's a decision waiting to be made. Today. Not tomorrow. Not someday when things settle down. Today. You can leave this video and scroll to the next distraction, or you can decide that this is your line in the sand moment. Your turning point. Your before and after story in the making. I can promise you one thing, nothing changes until you change. The law of attraction isn't waiting to bless you. It's waiting for you to decide you're worthy of the blessing and act like it. When you do, doors open that you didn't even know existed. People, opportunities, ideas, they seem to appear out of thin air. But they were always there. You just had to unlock the door from the inside. This channel shares free knowledge about how to become wealthy, become an entrepreneur, become an investor, and achieve financial freedom. If you don't want to miss out, make sure to follow the channel, hit the notification bell, and share this video wide and far.